The new Familiar Awakening is out, everybody, and I went ahead and rushed through, as I thought it would be a very easy first one to get with the Familiar Battle Slot 1, and so I went ahead and rush complete it. Took less than a day, and now I can awaken these bad boys. And I've been sitting here thinking, because these are not cheap to do. I could go into the shop, if I want to go ahead and resume some spending, and go down to here and spend $5 to get 12, which isn't bad, but I wouldn't be able to awaken one immediately anyway, so I figured I'm an impatient boy. Bounty is not willing to wait for this stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and just drop the gems to do it. It's fine, I'll still have plenty of gems left, and don't worry, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna, run out of gems over this. But a single one of them is gonna drop me 242,225. So, which one am I gonna pick? First off, I'm going to choose one of these, and then I'm going to analyze it and show you guys just how effective they are in terms of doing a little bit of tile hitting. So, right here, I can choose between this bad boy right here, infantry attack of 100% increase. And then this one right here, range attack 100%. And then this one right here, cavalry attack 100%. Now, I thought about it. Range is my favorite. However, in many situations I'm going to be defending, I'm going to go with infantry formation. So, let's go ahead and read through this very carefully because this is important. Infantry attack increases infantry attack by 10% when 10% of your infantry troops have fallen. This effect can stack. Number of fallen troops required will be recalculated after each activation. Now, what does this mean? Because these can be put onto your wall. They can defend as well. This means 10% of infantry in general. It's not saying when 10% of your T4 are gone, or when 10% of each of your tiers gone, anything like that. It's saying 10% of your infantry, which means that if you have 100,000 T2 infantry and 900,000 T4 infantry, when your 100,000 T2 infantry go down, your 900,000, which are in the back, so they're going to get wounded later, that are still standing are going to get a 10% increase. And then once you've maxed this all the way out, that goes all the way up to 100% increase. So it's a pretty neat thing. When you're defending, things like this are going to make a pretty big difference. Thinking through it all is going to make a huge difference. When defending, this is going to make a difference in a very different way than when you're on the attacking side of things. So infantry is the one that I'm going to go with. Boom, you are awakened. In order to upgrade it, I just need more talent orbs. And that's okay. All that jazz. Right now, I think that I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the 10% and see how much of a difference that it really makes, because I've already dropped myself through. Like, if I want to buy 36 more of the... I can buy them in bulk and save myself a little bit of money. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and just stick with this one right here, the level 1, and we're going to find a volunteer, and we're going to both attack tiles. I'm going to have them place a few more T2 on the tile than me. No leaders or anything like that. I'll do an attack without any familiars or anything, and then I will do an attack with this familiar in, and just see how big of a difference the level 1 fear spike makes. And so, yeah. Thank you to Nitro for volunteering for this experiment. We have 3 tiles here. Each of them have 15k T2 infantry. We will scout to make sure. Nothing against them, but we're just going to check. As you can see, 15,000 gladiators sitting on this. We're going to establish a baseline with this because there are minute differences between us. So for this one, we are going to go ahead and put in 15,000 gladiators. Nothing else. That's it. 15k gladiators versus 15k gladiators. And this hit will land. And you'll see here a defeat, with us losing a fair amount more than them. So they've got some, okay, base stuff going on. Now, for the next one, we're going to just do 10,000 gladiators because we need to be at a bit of a disadvantage. Actually, since we lost by such a large margin, instead of making it 10,000, we're going to make it 14,000. So we're just a bit of a disadvantage. Nothing too crazy. And then we're going to go ahead and send this attack out. See what happens there. As you can see, we suffered 1,644, and we're going to watch the battle because apparently this stuff is supposed to extend out the battle a little bit. Not really sure how, but we're going to see how this bit plays out, and then we're going to move on to the next one and see if that familiar being there made a real difference at all. So with this, it really doesn't seem like that's the case. This is just a very straightforward look at them thwacking the crap out of each other. How fun and everything. Boom. It is what it is. I'm down to 18% morale. 12. 6. And finally 1. Okay, and finally I retreated. Attackers repelled. End of story. Nitro is the hero and they have won the day. So that is how much I suffered. 1,644 dead. And finally, here we go, everybody. As soon as the map loads, we are going to attack right here, right now. 15,000 gladiators, not 15, 14,000 gladiators. Auto select. We got him in here, Mr. Fierce Spike guy himself. And let's send the attack through. See what we got. The march still looks the same. I'm not surprised. We lost. Also not surprised. 16,042. He lost 2268 as compared to 2212 before, which did make a difference. Not a huge one, but certainly a bit of a difference. So it did change the outcome to an extent. Let's view the battle and see if this did make anything look like it was more. Because with the amount that I lost, you at least got one kick of the, or tick, whatever you would refer to that as, of the power increase. But it doesn't look like it oh! There he goes. Right there, 10% stacked already. So now what's left of them is increased by another 10%, and that was early enough on. I feel like it might go on a second time. Oh, and there we go. So there's 10,000 left at this point in the battle, and we managed to get a 20% increase. That is not too bad. Not too bad. It didn't account for enough to make this battle like really last out. I'm gonna mail Nitro one more time and see if they'll send me one more tile. Just one more, because I want to see something. Can you do one more tile? Done. Send. Boom. That's it. That was definitely an interesting outcome. So, let's see. In the first one, they lost 2,460. In the second one, they lost 2,212. And then in the third, they lost 2,268. So they lost 56 more in that one than they did in the first one, which is a bit of a difference, but I want to try it matching it out now. I didn't actually see if they sent one. Is this... Ah, they're sending a bunch. So, oh, heroic cannoneers this time. That's not going to work. No. No. It needs to be the infantry. There we go. 15k infantry. That'll do. So let's go ahead and auto-select. Send in 15,000 exactly, and let's send it and see what happens. Okay, so we lost again. At this time, though, 2516 is what they lost. compared to 2460 before. So it didn't make an enormous difference, but we can view that battle. And then that'll be just about the end of it, honestly. But that's neat. I kind of like that it pauses the battle and you can see that. I imagine using 5 familiars that trigger at like different times and everything will cause this battle to just pause over and over and over again. Boom, there's a 10% increase right there. Which is not too shabby at all. And then I imagine I'll get one more after this. I should be paying attention. They're dropping 4% each time. Let's see if they continue to drop 4 now that we have the 20%. Oh, they only dropped 3 there, but they dropped 4 again. Interesting. Okay, so we still ended up with 20%. That was neat. Not a huge difference, but it's only 10%, which is a tenth of what it could be at max power. I still maintain that at max power, this is going to be nuts. Just a completely broken. You can see right there, it stacked twice, which means that I ended up with a 20% boost. Had I maxed this thing out, I would have ended up with a 200% infantry attack boost. And on these base tiles, you don't get your gear applied or anything like that. You have... No, that's the wrong one. Right here. Nope. Yeah, that's it. Scroll down. What's on the left side, which means that my infantry attack is 143.6%. That's what it was in this fight. It ended up with 163.6% by the end of it. However, I could have more than doubled what I had went into that with if I had it maxed out, which is, that's a difference. That is a bit of a hefty difference, and I'm impressed by it. It's definitely, it's not too expensive to unlock. You've got, what was it? It was around 243,000 gems to get it unlocked all in one go. In the shop, they're kind of cheap, but not like dirt cheap. However, getting one unlocked and getting the slot available to be able to use it is not too difficult to do. That being said, it's not a cheap thing. Getting the sucker maxed out, I guarantee, is going to be a small fortune. Just taking it to level 2 is going to cost me 36. It'll do 14% instead of 10% at the next level. So it doesn't go up in a linear pattern. It won't go from 10 to 20. I imagine the jump from level 9 to level 10 is going to be a huge one. And that's really about it. All right, so that's it. Thanks, guys, for watching. Till next one. Bye.